Welcome back to Be Real Media. Today we're going to be checking out a video of a couple of ladies calling in to get Kevin's input on friendships with other women. Let's check the video out.
Hello.
How are you? Oh,
I'm
you're
doing
back.
well.
How are,
I'm doing well. I'm glad that we're
haven't you
talking.
been on before?
I have.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, I just want to talk to you because I think the last time we were on, I shared with you that I found your platform by way of my
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. And previously, whenever you were talking about the bonnet thing, um,
Mm-hmm.
you had asked, are black women black men's business?
Mm-hmm.
My answer to that is yes, because in addition to the fact that, my man was aware enough to, yes, Het, to put your
Good.
show, like early on in our relationship, I feel like he made it very clear, like, because he's older than me. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, I see potentially you, I want to invest in you. And he would give me feedback, like I'm a very vibrant person. We would go out. And I might, dance or be excited. And he's like, listen, like, I see you
Mm-hmm.
as Michelle Obama. Like, there's a time and a place for that. But when we're
Yep.
in this restaurant, maybe this it's not the time and place for that. And, I'm a professional. Like, I didn't see an issue with my behavior. But
Most women don't.
even though it took me a second to like reality check myself and be like, maybe he has a point. So basically, I'm just trying to say that I think that a lot of the unmodernizing of myself that I've experienced is due to the fact that I'm with a man who is very clear on like expressing to me when I have an area or an opportunity for growth. Even,
But
you know,
as a woman, see, this gets to the greater question. What use is a man outside of the bedroom and the bank? And see, so many women discount a man's ability to look at the world from a different point of view and take the uh, direction a man gives. You could have easily have been offended, got an attitude. So it's not as many women are because we didn't because so many of us didn't grow up with a father in the home. We take correction as criticism.
yeah.
Correction is criticism and think it's being harsh. So you're confused as why twerking on the furniture at a restaurant is improper. Or even I had a woman come on the other night. She came on 40 years old. Hey, well, hey, this with the bonnet on her head and smoking a cigarette. Watch last night's show. And she couldn't, and she had no clue on what's wrong. And I'm like, these aren't, and the sad part is, um, you can have fun with women like that, but those aren't the kind of women men make wives.
Yes, you are 100% factual with what you say about single women keep women single. So first of all, I will just say that growing up, my mom was always like, "No, you can't wear mine out the house because you're a reflection of me, and if you wear
Mm-hmm.
it, then that's no better than me wearing it." So I will say that I grew up with a mother who taught me that presentation is everything. I feel like I did grow up in a two-parent household where I was able to observe, her doing what she has to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend, or maybe a friend who isn't a friend anymore, but I
Female
know,
friend.
nah, but no disrespect to her, but I know that she grew up in a single parent household, and when I met the man who I'm with now, I remember her being like, "Why are you settling? Like, why can't you just be happy for yourself? Like, why do you need to do this and that?"
Did you tell them you want to have get married and have kids?
Yeah, and it's funny because time that I met the guy that I'm with, like I remember I was posting on Instagram like wifey type, like posting myself cooking and whatnot.
And she was
Like,
throwing shade, right?
yes, I've always been the type of person that is wanting to settle down, wanting to start
Mm-hmm.
that, and so I live my life as such. When you talk about women who aren't dating, like I very much just the week before I met him, I remember being like, let me find a church because you know what I mean? So I feel like
Hold
I
on,
very
hold on,
been
just a second. How are you, Shorty?
I'm
oh
good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 24.
All right, I'm gonna bring you into the conversation. Give you a second. What? So I'm gonna say something to you, sis. I was talking to a friend earlier today saying that you ladies got to be careful of your friends. Oftentimes, your friends aren't your friends. If they're never happy for you when they should be happy for you, if every time you have something good, you talk about wanting to be married or have children, and they want to tell you, no, girl, you should just stay single and kick it. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Leave. Because these women aren't your friends. And I just sent to somebody a text message saying, sound familiar? And she's like, oh, unbelievable. Shawty, how are you? 24, what you got for me?
I wanted to chime in on your discussion talking about being submissive and how women need to heal before actually pursuing a meaningful relationship.
Okay, go ahead.
I definitely agree with you. I feel like a lot of women go into relationships with a lot of baggage, and they're looking for answers while trying to pursue that relationship, which causes issues because they're not all the way healed and they have still issues that they're working on, and now they're bringing that baggage into a current situation. So
to the sister in the glasses, your first initial again?
Latanya L.
Latanya. Okay, L. So Latanya, if you were to talk about the friend that you were trying to share your good news with, would you think she's healed and ready for a relationship?
Absolutely not. And because I knew her personally enough to be able to say that, but I just like mindset wise, I feel like she was very, what can a man do for me? I want somebody to buy me this. I want to live this lifestyle. But I feel like she had not yet thought about like, kind of like what you say, what are you going to bring to the table? And what kind of woman are you? Like, how do you make a man feel when they're around you?
So Miss Shawty, if you had a friend like that, what would you say anything to her? And if you did, what would you recommend?
I don't know. A friend like that ain't really a friend. Like, if she's not, rooting for you the same way that you're rooting for her and, happy for you, then that's not your friend. Like, if she's not encouraging you.
But if you can see that she may need some, maybe she's not seeing what you see, do you ever try to tell your friend, hey, maybe you need to, would you recommend any help to help you get her?
I definitely would give my friend my opinion. So all my friends, we're all brutally honest with each other. And then, because you need your friends to be your reality check. Like when you're out of line, when you're not thinking about something all the way through, you go to your friends and you ask them like, hey, am I missing something?
24-year-old dropping knowledge. Go ahead. Keep going.
Like, hey, am I missing something? Or, if your friends can't teach you something, that you need better friends. If they can't offer you advice, you need better friends.
Latanya, if you can't risk telling your friends the truth, you need to question your friend. Go ahead.
Now, I always tell the truth. And I feel like since I've been watching your show, I'm a little bit more confident and willing to offer my advice, especially to my single friends who are dating. Like I'm the Godfather Jr. for women.
There you go.
But I just feel like some of it is the blind leading the blind. Like just I was talking to someone who is not a Black woman, just talking about your show and being like, yeah, he's often trying to tell Black women that they need to be, more agreeable and just, like they come on the show and they're combative and this and that, but they want a 6-figure man. And, her immediate response was, well, that's why I went to school, because I don't have to depend on a man. And I'm like, that's the problem. So I just feel like oftentimes it's people in our age group who aren't willing to see the light because they think that they already know better.
So how old are you?
25.
Okay, you're 24 and you're 25. My suggestion would be tell your friends the truth once, your closest friends tell them twice, and after that, say nothing else, and live better. Live better. Get around more women like yourself. I'm not saying cut your friends off, but we have different friends for different reasons, different seasons. And see, the difference is if somebody who really cares about you and they start seeing you do better, when Tanya pops up with an engagement ring and you start talking about we're going to get married on June 17th at St. Patrick's Cathedral or whatever, and you can't deny those kind of things, right, Shawty? If people start to see these things happening and start to see real progress, then it stops being an argument. People can actually compare outcomes. So it's good to see young ladies catching this stuff up, and I'd say you try to tell people, but you got to make sure you stay on track and live your life. So make sure you don't give so much of yourself trying to help people that you don't allow people to pour into you. Friendship is reciprocal, bilateral contribution. If people aren't pouring into you, you don't pour into them. And I often do this. I often spot check my relationships, and I see how often am I giving, am I getting back what I'm putting in? If not, I don't say anything, I just pull back. That's always a good thing, especially if you're going to be in a relationship with a man, because honestly, your first priority in a perfect situation should be your relationship. So thank you, ladies. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Bye-bye. Young ladies coming through, dropping knowledge. Appreciate it. Okay. Go through there. Sorry about that. I'll get better at this, folks. 24 and 25. I'm telling you, younger women are starting to pick it up. They're seeing their grandmother, their mothers, their grandmothers, and hearing the stories of their great-grandmothers in some cases. And they're saying, I don't want to repeat this. Ladies, it is not any other group of women is not made feel like a pick-me by choosing a man. No other group of women is made to feel like a pick-me or inferior by choosing to cooperate, submit to a man. Respectful cooperation with a man is not something that other women mock.